Hello! I am here again to show you all how to make the desktop collage screensaver that I made and posted on my Instagram. I had a lot of people message me asking how I made it, and I told them which website I used and the general gist, but I thought I would make an official tutorial type of video and use this as another opportunity to make another sit-down YouTube video. So here's our setup. I have candles going. I'm in a super comfy sweater because when I made this, I was wanting something to inspire me. It's been a long journey of online classes and just opening my laptop every day. So now when I open my laptop, I see this very inspiring, very me collage to keep me going. I hope you like my lights. These were from my freshman dorm. I thought I told my dad to throw them away, but I'm so glad he kept them because now they're setting the mood for this little nighttime self-care activity to do before bed or just to do when you have some free time at the end of your day. So I really hope you enjoy this video. I know the lighting is not perfect, but it's intentional for the video. So let's get right into it. So you're going to want to open Pinterest, just pinterest.com. I have an account. This is actually my profile. I'll show you. This mood board is the photos that I used for my last collage. So yeah, you can just go to Pinterest and just search any keywords, anything that you think will inspire you or anything that represents sort of who you are and what you're passionate about. You can get really creative with this. I think the keywords I used nature just because obviously Hawaii. See, when I typed nature, a lot of great photos come up. A keyword that I use to sort of make sure that the photos are nice and aesthetic looking, I actually literally typed aesthetic right after. And then a lot of these really pleasing to the eye photos will come up, and then you can go through them, whichever one you like. This one's pretty cool. You can save it to your board. So I made one called Mood, which was for my mood board. So you can just click save, just find however many you want. It depends on your preference, whether you want your mood board to be primarily nature, primarily fitness. So once you finish finding your first category of photos, you can move on to the next. I think I looked up like inspiring quotes. I liked this one, I remember. So you can just find whatever quotes you think will inspire you. And I'm just saving whichever ones I like, and I might not use all of them, but it's always good to have options. I can try to put a link to this board in the description so you can look at what I pinned, but yeah. Oh, I forgot, I searched art because I love painting. Here's self-promo to my other video that I posted. I also like textures, so I don't know what I looked up for this. Think of it as like a scrapbook. You can like layer different photos on top of different textures. Yeah, and these are like my nature photos. These are more like my yoga, spiritual, aesthetic photos, and like some girly, feminine photos. So you can just get really creative with it. Once you have a bucket of photos, you can click on this more ideas button and it'll just give you literally more ideas. So once you have your board of photos, what you want to do is download the images of your final pics or the ones that you actually want on your board. How you do that is you just click on the photo, you go to these three dots and you press download image. So you can just create a folder of all of your photos on your computer. So you're going to want to do that for each photo that you want to include in your board. And then you'll go to Picmonkey. As you can see, this is what we use to make all our thumbnails. I use these to make my story post sometimes. But here is the one I made earlier. So Picmonkey is free to use. There's like a free trial you can do for 7 days. I remember I used to just make new accounts and just continue using the free trial, but now I'm actually on the pro account just because my dad and I use it every day to make our thumbnails. I really like Picmonkey because I found it's really user-friendly. Even my dad picked up on it. So that just goes to show that anyone can really use this. So yeah, either create your free trial, do whatever. So you'll want to click on edit new image, blank canvas. You'll create custom pixels. So 2560, I believe I said 1600. Make it. You can name it whatever you want. create. So this space is essentially the space allotted for your desktop. So on this sidebar, you have a lot of options. I won't be going through all of them just because they're not all necessary for what we're doing today. We'll mainly need the photos option. Yes, Picmonkey has all of these beautiful photos, but we'll be adding our own images. So just go to wherever your images are stored on your computer. Oh, I remember I also looked up Scorpio aesthetic because that's my zodiac sign. So already you can see the collage coming together. We'll have to work on the placement just to make it exactly how we want it, but it already looks pretty cool. You have your collage going, and from here on, it's just about how you want to rotate the photos, how you want to layer it, what kind of text you want to include. It's so much fun, and I honestly found that this was really relaxing for me because I got kind of stuck in a routine of school, yoga, playlist making, sequencing, and I love doing creative things. This was something kind of out of my comfort zone that I really enjoyed. I like this photo. The girl that says, "I didn't change, I just found myself." Sassy. You may find that in the end you might delete some just because you realize they just don't work as well as you thought they would, and that's totally fine. Go with the flow, if you know what I mean. I believe those are all the photos I want to include. I'm not sure if I'm missing any from the one I posted. These are all your photos. You're just going to now play with moving them around and layering them to how you want them. Maybe resizing, making the photos you like better, bigger, and the photos that you sort of want to minimize smaller. From here, you just want to have fun with it. You can even crop the photos. You can do this before you import them into Picmonkey, but Picmonkey also gives you an option to crop. So I don't need all the extra space just because, you know, we only have this limited desktop space. You can just remove parts of the photo that you don't really need. These clouds are great for layering just because it adds different texture. Not only is it a nature thing, but also it's unique that it has glitter. So if you right click on your image, you can choose to move the layer to the front. So yeah, just play with how you want to rearrange things. You can maybe make one area, one category, like here I'm starting to make a little art area. Here I'm sort of making a nature section. And sometimes I like to enlarge the image really big, so it's truly playing a background role. Her earrings sort of match the glitter in the cloud, so I'll put that there. I'm not really prioritizing this Scorpio photo, so I'm gonna make it a little smaller, and it's just gonna add a little something. But I'm liking how this is coming out so far. Okay, so those are all my photos, but now it's just all about resizing, rotating. Oh, I want these heels to stick out. Okay, let's put that there. One trick I learned is if you layer two of the same images on top of each other, it creates a really cool 3D effect. So let's say I want to do that to, let's just go with this waterfall photo. I'm just gonna Command C or just copy and paste the same image, and see, you can layer it on top of each other. I like how that looks too. Ooh, wait, I want this butterfly to show. So I kind of like how this is looking. However, I do want to make more space for single word text. You can choose some of your favorite words. So from here, you're gonna want to go to the text option, add text. You can choose your favorite font. I sort of liked this font already, and just type some of your favorite words. Choose your color. Let's go with white. There are different effects here. There's like an outline effect. So you can just choose whatever words. I remember the one that I already made, I made some text going down, and for that, I literally just enter each time like that. So you can just get creative with it. Okay, so this isn't perfect, but I don't want this video to be forever. Now let's change the background color. You can either do a solid color, or they also have these texture options. And of course, I love my texture. That's a bit crazy, but I mean, it's not crazy, it's just not my vibe. But I'm actually just gonna go with a solid color. So let me pull up my layers, go down to background, and pick a color. So I actually like to use this eyedropper tool, and choose a color that is already within some of my images just so it all ties in together. So I think I like the light pink, so I really like that color. And then from here, I like to go back to my text and make them all the same color depending on whether it needs to be white, black, or... Oh, I forgot to include a photo of a quote, but quotes are a nice addition. Let me actually get one to add. Maybe I can make this a little longer. So I kind of like how that looks. You can obviously change it up and use photos that you like, but this is essentially how I made my mood board. I hope this was helpful and you learned how to make one yourself. And I would love to see your mood boards if you choose to make some, so please send them to me. I think these are so inspiring, and I know a lot of people were inspired by my mood board, which is so cool. It was so easy to make. I think it took me like 10-15 minutes, and it's not only a fun creative activity, but it's also something that's been inspiring me to continue with my online school and being at home, especially during these times. So I hope this helped you out, and if you have any questions, feel free to message me. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day, and as always, feel free to leave questions or feedback in the comments, and I'll see you in our next video.